Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. It is a Wildcat Wednesday. We're fortunate enough to be joined by two members of the K-State Extension and Research Office. Tara Smith, familiar face, and new to Wildcat Wednesday, we'd like to welcome Sherilyn Jackson. Thank you so much for joining us. Tara, since you're a Wildcat Wednesday regular, yes, I'm going to let you introduce Sherilyn and what brings her to our neck of the woods.
I'd love to. It's finally that time of year, Walk Kansas. Sherilyn is our state leader for the program, that eight-week health initiative program that starts March 15th. We're excited she's here.
Sherilyn, when you have to give somebody the typical elevator speech, they go, they go, Walk Kansas. Well, sure, I've heard of it. I've seen the flyers, but how do you describe it?
Well, as Tara said, it's an 8-week health initiative, and it's to help people prevent chronic disease or prevent the onset of chronic disease, or even to help them manage it better if they have a chronic disease. So
the real cool thing about Walk Kansas, though, is you turn this into a team activity.
Yes, we do. It's really fun, too.
And so how do I go about, number one, forming a team? But number two, once I have my team, how does teamwork in an event like this make it more sustainable and help keep people going?
Well, a lot of our teams form in workplaces, and people spend their entire day together so they can be supportive of one another, or family units will form a team, or friends, neighbors, and so they have a natural support system in place already to encourage each other and to keep those healthy habits going.
Tara, it's one of those things that as we turn the new year, just we're only a month and a half in, but we're getting ready to register. People have made those New Year's goals. Yes. Hey, I want to get healthier. This is about the time of year where you go, I kind of forgot about that. Yeah. How can something like Walk Kansas kind of revamp and get us back in the fold?
Absolutely. Well, it's perfect timing because it's going to be a little bit nicer weather, right, for the most part. You can get outdoors a little bit more. But also, I love Walk Kansas because it incorporates that moving more still counts. Whether it's just maybe vacuuming your carpet a little bit faster because you're getting your heart rate up, or gardening, starting your gardening. Every little bit can count in Walk Kansas.
I want to talk about something that's called a blue zone. And now, if I work for K-State Research and Extension, if I work for the Wildcat District, I know exactly what a blue zone is. But Sherilyn, before you and Tara have brought it up, I wasn't familiar with it. What exactly is a blue zone?
There are 5 regions in the world where people live measurably longer and healthier lives. And so they've done some research on those particular regions to find out what are the commonalities between the people that live there. What is the secret for them to live longer and healthier lives?
So if I were to kind of pinpoint and put you on the spot, what would be the number one difference, the largest difference, that you see between blue zone communities and Southeast Kansas?
Well, I had the opportunity to go to Ikaria, Greece, and one of the blue zones. And I think what I noticed, one of the first things I noticed is I didn't see fast food restaurants. They didn't have any fast food restaurants on the island. I didn't see convenience stores. The gas station was just to get gas. Yeah. And so the environment was definitely different. They tend to they live at a slightly slower pace, so manage their stress better. They have strong social connections. One of the things that's key in the blue zones is a sense of purpose. People know why they get up in the morning, what their purpose is. And the older family members live either close by their family or they're still working. They don't really retire. They just slow down somewhat, but they keep going.
So now I'm going to circle back around and make this part of Walk Kansas. What physical activities did you notice when you visited the Blue Zone?
Well, Ikaria is an island, and nothing's flat. So the farmers there have to put their farms are like terraces, so up on like a side of a mountain, and so it was not as convenient as our farming here. So that was part of it. But they walked everywhere. Of course, they have cars and they drive, but they did a lot of walking. And just throughout their day, they were just moving throughout their day.
Tara, another aspect of Walk Kansas that I've seen really mature as this event has gone through the years is the way that you're able to embrace technology. Yes. Because the technology part isn't going anywhere. But now you're able to let people incorporate it. Can you explain how they can do that?
We're pretty excited. We know that a lot of people have those watches that tracks how many steps you have in a day. And so the state has added an app for Walk Kansas this year. This is the first year. So for now, it's just for iPads and iPhones. I'm hoping to expand that next year. So that'll be a great way they can get badges on that for different things they've done, as well as just input will be convenient and connect.
And Sherilyn, through the app, are we able to kind of keep up with our teammates as well?
Yes, through the app. The app really takes you into the system, so you can still do the chat with your team, you can get to the resources that are there, and all the stuff that's in the Walk Kansas system.
All right, Tara, so we're coming up on the registration.
Yes.
And we got a deadline, so kind of walk us through it, how we can all get involved.
Sure. So you can call your local office. You can go online. It's going to be live next week.
Okay.
It is $10 per person. You have a team of 6, and one of those members would act as a captain. But just call us, connect with us online, and we will get you going.
And you know, when Tara's talking about signing up that team, you can be a part of any organization. You can just grab a handful of your friends. That's right, Sherilyn?
Yeah,
Doesn't have to be
absolutely.
anything organized or anything like that. You come together as a team, and like Sherilyn said, if we all do this together, hey, maybe we get one step closer to that blue zone.
Absolutely.
Sherilyn, it's been a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you.
Tara,
Thanks,
always
Michael.
great to see you. That's our Wildcat Wednesday, and we'll be back with more KOAM Morning News right after this.